Hey guys, so this is episode 2 of Things Keep Happening, and let me tell you something. Did I expect the first one to blow up and get millions of views and millions of downloads and everybody be talking about it? Yeah, I did. Did it actually get 18 plays, 8 of which were my mom? Yeah. So am I rebranding this from a podcast to a video diary that's for me only? Yeah. And am I now going to tell you about the pigeon nest that has been taking over my apartment as if I'm only speaking to myself? Yes, I am. Because in life, you have to do small, little bitty, itty things to keep your dignity. And this is one of them. So, first and foremost, the pigeons that have been taking over my windowsill that have completely ignored the anti-homeless architecture this building put up, a literal strip of thorns on the windowsill. They don't care. They don't mind them. They actually love them. It's like a Tempur-Pedic mattress to them. They have built a nest so ugly, so full of wrappers and cigarette butts that it makes me gag when I look at it. But the thing is that it was one pigeon at one point, a little Missy, with a dump truck of an arse and the loudest coo you can hear, which is the most annoying noise in the world. So she built her nest. She's minding her business, her beady eyes staring into my kitchen window. One day I take a peek out. She has her best feathers on. It looks like she's about to go hit the town. She flies to where I can only imagine is a place where trollops go, and she gets her feathers clapped, probably in Washington Square Park or some alley. She comes back and she's acting different. I can tell she's with child. Weeks later, the bird gives birth to a bundle of eggs I wouldn't claim as my own. I wouldn't be proud of them. They're weirdly speckled, thin skin, odd oval shape. And then days go by and they hatch, and all of a sudden I'm the father of 4. I'm running this family. Without my consent, without asking my permission, I've become a bird father in my kitchen. And they coo in unison, and it sounds like an ambulance, a bird ambulance. So all I can hope for is a cold fall and a cold winter, so their harvest, their food supply falls short of what they need and they have to fly to a new location. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm praying for. A famine upon their family so they can leave my windowsill and go literally anywhere else. I'm on my last coffee pod, which might not mean a lot to you guys, but to me it means that I have to face an epic journey that would kind of mirror the Odyssey. It's a journey I don't like to go on often, but have to. It starts by me walking out my door, walking down the 4 flights that I have to get down to the ground floor. My legs are burning while I do this. My muscles are tingling, aching, they go numb. My knees are buckling at every step. I then turn right and I have to walk down the skinniest hallway you've ever seen in your life. It's definitely not fire code. There's no way it's fire code. Only one person can walk down it at the same time. So if you're walking down the hallway and you see another person, you have to turn around, go back outside the apartment building, and wait for them to walk out the building. That's how small it is. It's like that art exhibit in the MoMA where they have a naked guy and a naked girl, and the people trying to enter have to choose if they want to face the guy or the girl because you can't do it. That's what I have to do, but every single day. I have to shimmy past the NYU students that smell like cigarettes that live in my building. So I'm going down the skinny hallway. I then walk down the steps, and I have to face the man that lives in the basement of my apartment, my goblin. My goblin is 34 years old. He rips cigarettes, and he yells at everyone passing by. And he'll take his headphones out for every victim that approaches him. So I walk out, instantly he's going to yell at me about the trash. Okay, I guess I just don't do trash right, but I have organized it in every way possible to avoid being yelled at. I have broken down the recyclables. I have color coordinated it. I've changed the bag. I've done everything I possibly could do to make this man happy. He doesn't care because my goblin hates me. I then walk down the sidewalk. I pass the doggy daycare that has shit outside of it 24 hours a day. I have to hopscotch through the clean sidewalk areas. I then reach the corner by the hardware store. They sell plants. Everybody in New York wants to buy a palm tree today. That's what happens every time. Everybody in New York has a apartment big enough, ceilings high enough, windows large enough to let the sun shine in that could properly support a full-on tree. So I'm dodging them. I turn right. I go past the deli I used to go to. And this is really important. This is a former relationship. I used to go there until I realized that they made my sandwiches with their bare hands instead of gloves, which I actually forgave at one point because I was so loyal. But then I saw they got a D health rating, and it was kind of linked to me getting very, very physically ill. So I had to stop going there. I said, you know what? This is a place for drinks. This is a place for gum, for a Snickers when I'm feeling crabby. Yeah, I'm an adult. I get crabby. And I have a Snickers because I'm not me when I'm hungry. Another thing about this place is that behind the counter, this place was run by an 8-year-old child. When I was going there regularly, it was an 8-year-old child on a step stool running that place like the in Navy. During school hours, I don't know how, it was definitely illegal. I went in there for the first time in a long, long time, and he was taller than me, and he had a mustache. That was horrible for me. So I passed that deli. I walked down the street past St. Mark's, which is just full of post-grad, new workforce, young adults that just make me feel very bad about myself. They all have time to go on runs. They all have time to have hobbies and go to a full-time job. I don't know how. They're day drinking in packs of 16 on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. Love that for you. I take a left. I pass the pizza place where I know the guy who owns it. And every time I go in there, we have a little conversation. It's like a little catch-up moment. But the issue is that there's been 2 separate occasions where he's been standing outside and he waves and I wave back. But both times I realized he wasn't waving to me. He was waving to someone behind me. And he noticed that I made the mistake. So now I haven't gone back there. I'm just like literally avoiding just landmines in my neighborhood. Areas that I have soiled that I can't go back to. I walk down past the Past Lives bar. If you've seen that movie, they film Past Lives there. And I reach the coffee shop where I buy my grounds. Let me tell you, this Puerto Rican coffee house has coffee grounds that are like if you butt chugged a Red Bull and did a line of cocaine if you have a sip. So I get 7 pounds of that in bag form. It's called the Colombiano. And then I have to trek back through that route back home. But you understand that this is like my Saving Private Ryan Omaha Beach scene. This is traumatic. My ears are ringing. Explosives going off. I feel like I have trench foot because it's probably raining. So I have to endure that very, very soon tomorrow. Because I drank the last one. I'm going to drink the last one tomorrow. So you might look at me and say, oh, he has no issues in his life. Well, you don't know that I have to do this all the time, that I have problems, that I have issues that I have to deal with. So next time you see me on the street or digitally, think, wow, that guy might have to just go get coffee. And also, I got to do that route when I get groceries, and I've been grocery shopping like as if I live in a storm cellar, as if I'm in an apocalypse shelter. I've been like making this salad that's only chickpeas, beans, and cucumbers. This is a meal you eat when you need to ration. This is a meal you eat when you're at war. I am also buying a giant head of lettuce for no reason. I don't eat it. So just a head, like a decapitated head is sitting in my fridge. And it's like, when you have a fridge and the real estate is so important, yet something you don't need is taking it up, you feel that. And that's my head of lettuce. Anyway, it's been bad out here, honestly. I've recently become obsessed with the alleged affair between our finest First Lady and longest serving, Eleanor Roosevelt. She stomped through that White House. And the captain of the skies, Amelia Earhart. I think it's beautiful that 2 strong, independent women with lesbian allegations found each other in the roaring 20s and the sleepy 30s. These two women were not only alike in so many different ways, they were really close friends for a while before their affair. And I have to be honest, this is all alleged. There's actually no evidence of this relationship. All I have is Google saying, while Amelia Earhart and Eleanor Roosevelt were close friends, there is no credible evidence to support the claim that they were lesbians. They shared a strong bond, based on their mutual independence, advocacy for women's rights, and their love for adventure, and shorts above the knee. I think that's what it says. Oh no, it says according to history.com. They were two of the most visible women of the 1930s, and their friendship was a testament of their shared values. I also read that during a dinner one time, Amelia snuck Eleanor out of the party and flew her to Baltimore for a romantic getaway. What they did in the sky, we don't know. But what we do know is when they got back, people were quite upset with them. I went down a rabbit hole on this, and I feel like I often find niche historical facts to obsess about, and this is my latest one. I was up till like 2 a.m. reading about this last night, and I just love my girls. It's so sad, though, because when they broke up, I hear that Amelia really crashed out. Yeah, over the Pacific Ocean. She hasn't been found since, her bones rattling somewhere as the sand crabs pick the last of the meat off it. If there are any like good relationships or like any historical facts you guys want to send me that I can read about on Wikipedia, please do. I need them. I'm going to be really honest. I just took a break to go eat some chips and guac. But while I was doing that, I realized that I absolutely need to tell you guys about this tortilla chip company that is the best in the world. I'm talking the best chips I've ever had that you can buy in a store, like not restaurant style. They're called, They're called Fiesta Grande, and they're a Michigan company, so they don't exist in any other state. And I realized that when I left Michigan, this shit is so good. I'm not talking like Tostinos, okay? That's amateur league. That's for people that don't love themselves. Tostino chips are like overly salted. They're so flat and thin. They're like self-conscious. Like each chip has like anxiety issues. Do you know what I mean? Like you bite into it and you go, that's it? That's all I got? Fiesta Grande chips have girth. Fiesta Grande chips are architecturally gorgeous. I actually pulled out some like examples. Like they are so dynamic. Every single one looks like a spaceship you'd see on Star Trek. They're so good. Listen to this, actually. Listen to this. Are you kidding me? That bite just sent shockwaves through the city. My neighbor's glass windows just shattered. That crunch needs to be arrested. Every single one looks like a Zaha Hadid building. Like Frank Lloyd Wright said, I'm going to design a chip for you to eat with your favorite dip. My boyfriend and I have a monthly subscription from Michigan. We order them from Michigan. They don't sell them outside. You absolutely need to get these. They will change your life. Current eventally, not a lot is going on today. Chris Cuomo did accidentally fall for a deep fake video of AOC talking about the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle campaign. Whoa, Mad Lib's sentence. And he watched a video, and a man that has worked delivering news for 20 plus years thought a video that said the following quote was real. I'm going to read you the quote. This is AOC speaking. AOC, the deepfake version. Watching that sultry little temptress squeeze into a Canadian tuxedo 3 sizes too small with her bouncy little fun bags on the screen, staring at you into the core of your soul with her piercing blue eyes. He thought that that was a real quote AOC said on the floor of the House. And it just makes me wonder that everybody working for these giant institutions that we rely on are just not that smart. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you look up to these people who you think should be probably the best of the best, and they're actually the middle of the middle. Makes you think. The second kind of event that caught my eye was Trump pacing this man. I think he must have gone to a theater camp or something, because he's so good at theatrics to distract. Like, him pacing on the roof of the White House, and then the reporters going, "What are you doing?" And him going, "I'm just on a walk," is like something a toddler would do when they got in trouble. He honestly needs to sign up for an improv class in Brooklyn, because he would rip it up. I'm talking physical comedy. I'm talking improv. I'm talking stand-up. He is out of control. And I think that it's actually a sign of a recession when the president is so bored that he just needs to go up to the roof of a house and walk around. And that's where we're at. Okay, that's really all I have for you guys today. I'm going to go sit in a public park and act weird by myself. I'll probably scroll through my Instagram as someone who I'm going to see at a wedding next week. Just kind of like from their perspective. What do they think? Meryl Streep, that shit. I'm talking full on method acting, but as a person I went to high school with. How do they view me? Would they like this picture? Are they jealous I went to Mallorca? So I'm going to go do that with an iced Americano, but this has been such a pleasure. This is only my second episode, but I feel like I'm really liking staring at a blank wall, ranting about nothing. It's really powerful. It's really empowering. And I'm gonna keep doing it until the cops bust down the door and arrest me. Lock me up for having all the right opinions. Imprison me for entertaining the masses. So, report me if you will, but I'm not gonna stop. Okay, signing off. See you episode 3. That's on Monday.